If it's one thing I'm going to do is smell lovely, delicious, amazing. And one of the ways that I pull that off are these Middle Eastern perfumes. They're affordable, they're beautiful, dynamic, really great quality, and cheap. Really, really, really cheap. And so I've been keeping track of all the new releases because maybe there is magic or a gem in one of these bottles that I need to know about. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through a bunch of the new releases from Arabian perfume houses, just in case you're looking for affordable gems yourself, because there's so many of them and it's hard to keep track, but I'm doing it like I don't have anything better to do. I don't. This is what I want to be doing. Let's get into it. Show me what you got on me. I'ma make it work more for this, cause you just my... Hi, I'm Jeanique, your resident perfume internet detective, scouring the internet for all of the new Arabian perfume drops out there so we don't miss a thing and we catch all the beautiful releases so that nothing slips through the cracks and we just miss it. We don't want that. We do not want that at all. If it's fire, we want to know about it. And I'm going to take you through all of the new releases that have dropped in 2024 and I'll call from 2023 that just flew way under the radar but are apparently allegedly fire. I want to talk to you about all of them. Now, in today's video, I'm going to take you through all of the brands that aren't Lattafa. I just put up a Lattafa specific video because they released the most fragrances. And in this video, we're going to talk about Afnan, Armaf, Al Haramain. We're going to talk about Ardal Zafran. There's so many other brands. Swiss Arabian, we're going to get through in this video. I'm going to try not to ramble for too long, but there are a lot of fragrances and not a lot of time. So if you like this kind of conversation, you love a perfumey video, you think I'm a vibe, I hope you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're a real one and you make great life decisions. I can see that. Thank you for being here and let's get into these new drops. I want to start off with the brand I am most excited about, and this is an easy one. It's Swiss Arabian. They have a Shagaf Oud line. Now, the fragrances in this line, great quality fragrances, beautifully done, and there is a new addition, and it's called Vanilla Toffee. Y'all, it looks like dessert. It looks like you're gonna smell really gourmand and caramelly and delicious. Vanilla dripping with sweetness, and I need to get into that hard. Now, Swiss Arabian is also doing this whole line that are really centered around a specific note. And I am intrigued by all of these fragrances. There are three specific ones that I am most excited about. One, musk. It looks good, y'all. It's supposed to be like a fruity floral musk fragrance, very feminine, very pretty, giving a little bit of peony energy, but the musk is supposed to be just a little bit more aggressive. I want to get into that hard. Second, they have a rose fragrance featuring a moderate rose, really pretty with some red berries, and it's supposed to be sweet, fruity, rosy, and really feminine. And third, there's Tobacco 01. Now, this is supposed to lean unisex to masculine with a lot of woodiness, but I'm always intrigued by a good tobacco fragrance. So I have my good eye out on this one specifically because if it can layer well or just be beautiful on its own, then I'm quick to explore this one as well. So the main ones from Armaf I really want to get into. There are two drops really over the weekend. Specifically, that's when I saw them in stores. One is called Effects of Unique and one is called like Oud Unique. Let's forget the Oud one. We don't care about Oud Forever. That's the name of it. I don't care about that one. The other one is Effects of Unique. It's in this really like bright red bottle. It's supposed to be a primarily like orange blossom fragrance with some toffee, some caramel, a little bit of coffee. So it's giving white floral energy with a little bit of a coffee kick to give that like a little bit of an edge. Now, I could have picked this up on sale over the weekend. I did not because I'm still on the fence about what I am thinking about this fragrance. And I want to see a few more reviews before I jump into it because I have a lot of white florals already. And coffee can be a challenging note just depending on, you know, if that's your thing or not. So I have my good eye on Effects of Unique, and if it gets like overwhelming like support, maybe I'll check this one out. One of the very, very recent drops is from the Club de Nuit line. Y'all know this is one of Armaf's like most successful lines. There's Club de Nuit Untold, which dupes Baccarat Rouge 540. I've talked about that fragrance in my Baccarat Rouge specific like dupe video. And they also have a dupe of Delina Exclusive that I love, the Imperial and the White Boss. I've talked about this fragrance, one of my favorites because it is just done so well. They've added a new fragrance to that line called Precio. And it's supposed to be duping Absolute, the Creed Aventus Absolute. And everybody is saying that it is dead spot on. It is fantastic, great quality, as are all the fragrances in this line. So if you're looking for a more affordable Creed Aventus Absolute dupe, this is supposed to be a fire ass option. Two more that I sort of took a look at. One is called the Hunter or Hunter Killer, which is supposed to be a spicy, ambery, floral. It sounds like it's doing too much. I don't particularly love spicy fragrances, but the bottle, all of the optics around this fragrance are so unusual. It's given Vixen, Vavavoom, Femme Fatale kind of energy. And so I'm sort of interested for that reason. There's another one called Odyssey Candy, which is supposed to be candy, marshmallow, sugar, and a whole bunch of cotton candy. All of the visuals are absolutely stunning. They're so beautiful, so fun. But the reviews are like 3.5 out of 5. Now, I don't know if the reviews are terrible because candy adjacent fragrances tend to get terrible reviews. It could be that. Or it could just be that it's so basic and it's not doing very much. People just don't see the point. So there are a bunch of fragrances that dropped last year from the Miss Armaf line, which I did not pay attention to or even really notice. Now they're all low-key white florals. Some of them are gardenia, some of them are tuberose, some of them are orange blossom. And they have a combination of fruit and gourmand notes woven into each of them to different degrees, with others having some darkening notes like coffee or vetiver to help complicate the fragrance. Some of the more straightforward ones, if you have a good eye on like a white floral that's a little bit girlier and fresher, then Miss Armaf Chic, Miss Armaf Catwalk all sort of fit that specific bill. Now the darker ones like Mystique and Magnifique have notes like coffee and vetiver to help darken the fragrance. The most gourmand leaning one looks to be Voce Viva with notes like praline and tonka almond woven into that one, giving it a bit of a creamier white floral kind of energy. So we just did Armaf. We're getting into Afnan next. I love me some Afnan fragrances and I'm very excited about these specific ones because they happen to be flankers of fragrances I already have, and their flankers aren't really flankers because they're really not just sort of pivoting from like a base DNA, but it sort of captures a vibe that the line sort of has. So we have new additions to the Rare line. I have Rare Tiffany and we have two new ones, Rare Passion and Rare Carbon. All right, I'm going to talk about those. And then there is this fragrance that they have called La Fleur Bouquet, which is a dupe of Ex Nihilo Fleur Narcotique. It's a really beautiful, like nice, everyday floral fragrance. Beautiful one with some peony. It's lovely. It's lovely. They're Mystique Boutique and Mystique Cherry. Mystique Cherry looks like it looks like it's right up my alley. I'm going to get through like all four of those because they all look pretty good. Now let's start with Rare Carbon, the most unisex of all four. Now this one is like a leather violet cardamom fragrance. It's spicy, it's leathery, it's more unisex. It don't sound like me, but it may sound like you. So check that one out if you like the sort of idea of a floral leathery fragrance with not too much sweetness. I'll also point out the bottles from Afnan are some of my favorite. They're usually like really great quality, nice glass, nice metals, beautifully done bottles, very chic looking. Now Rare Passion is rose, orange blossom, musk. We have orange. It's just like a really like fruity floral, mostly floral fragrance that isn't too sweet. It's giving sexy, sensual, like that's the vibe of this fragrance. And the bright red bottle is very, very pretty. So there is Mystique Bouquet and Cherry Bouquet that is being added. Y'all can guess what I want the most, right? It's a cherry one. It's obvious. So Mystique Bouquet is considered unisex, but the notes don't scream unisex to me at all. It is supposed to be a primarily orange blossom fragrance. It's also supposed to have some bergamot and some heavy citrus notes. There is some oak moss in there for a little bit of greenness and some ambroxan and vetiver. It seems to be a darker, heavier take on a white floral, a sort of sexier, moodier take on a white floral. And so I am really interested in something like that. The bottle is bright green though, so it screams green scent, but they're telling us it's not. I don't know. Cherry bouquet, on the other hand, I'm sure about. Yeah, it's 4 types of cherry, or 3.5 types of cherry. It's cherry, sour cherry, cherry liqueur. There's some almond, there's plum in here. All kinds of fruity energy, and that is sort of bolstered by rose, jasmine. There is a vetiver in here, there is vanilla, there is musk. It is primarily a floral fragrance that is overtaken by cherry fruity goodness. And if this is a fire cherry fragrance, I need to know more, because I love me a cherry fragrance. There's a tubes of almond in here, and cherry and almond just go together real well. So I'm looking forward to this one specifically, and of all of these 4, this is the one that I am most excited about. There's also a new line that they're introducing called the Kiana line. There is Kiana Crush and Kiana Angel. One sounds 10 times better than the other one, but I'm going to tell you what they both are giving. So Kiana Crush, even though it's in this bright pink bottle, is giving a more unisex vibe. There's agarwood, there is patchouli, ambroxan, there's vanilla, there is musk, there is saffron, there's a little bit of passion fruit. It is mostly a woody fragrance with some incense, some aromatics in there, and some sweeter notes like vanilla and passion fruit to help the fragrance feel just a little bit more, in this term, like a crush type of fragrance. It sounds pretty, but it doesn't sound like a safe blind buy, especially with that incense note. But I am looking really hard at Kiana Angel. There is pistachio gelato, and there is vanilla. There's a whole bunch of gourmand and floral notes in this one that make it feel really feminine and yummy and pretty. The next brand I want to talk about, if y'all not tired of me yet, is Khadlaj. No, I don't tend to blind buy Khadlaj fragrances because they tend to have like a slightly higher price tag than most Middle Eastern perfume brands. Not that it's not good quality or whatever, it's just something to flag. Now, I tend to try to get samples of their fragrances and test out. As a matter of fact, I have like a sampling video coming up where I'm testing 2 of their fragrances, the Proposal and Special Occasion, and I will just get into some of the reviews of those fragrances. But they have been dropping a lot of fragrances recently after their last fragrance went viral. So I am most interested, I think, in what's called First Sun. I saw a post on Instagram from I Am Noel G. I will link her channel below if you want to check her out. She's fantastic. And she had talked about this vanilla coconut fragrance and just how fantastic and lovely it was. It has a bit of jasmine woven in, and I am very interested in this one. The reviews have been phenomenal. I have not been able to find it yet, but I'm gonna find it because it sounds fire. And as much as I don't tend to blind buy Khadlaj fragrances, I would put it all on the line for this one. What I'm really interested in is called Island. It's supposed to be coconut, ginger, some green notes, hibiscus. It's sort of lush island florals. There's tonka, vanilla, cedar wood. So a little bit darker and a little bit woodier than, you know, I would necessarily want to blind buy right out the gate. But the ginger is sparking my interest mixed with that coconut. I don't know how they'll come together, but I hope it's giving that sort of island vibe. And I think it's worth considering and checking out. If I can get a sample of this one, I'll definitely come back to y'all with a review. Finally, the last one I want to talk about from Khadlaj is a recent drop from them called Musk Pour Amber, and it's supposed to be amber musk, a whole bunch of really like a delicate fruit, including a watery pear, and it's supposed to be closer to a skin scent. The only thing that's a little bit scary is there's frankincense in here, so sort of incensey sort of energy. They're supposed to make it feel a little bit more mysterious, but sometimes for me can be a little bit off-putting. The bottle is delicate and pretty, which, you know, that shouldn't sway me, but it does. And so I wanted to put that out there, that there are all of these very different options from Khadlaj that I think are worth a second look. And if you can get samples, that's, I think, the way to go. I haven't talked very much about Zamaya perfumes, and they have a bunch of new releases. I think the ones that I'm most interested in are Anhar Valley and Anhar Dune. Now, Anhar Valley is this sort of aquatic, ozonic. It has rose, watery notes. There's some pear in there. We have melon. So that sort of watery fruit kind of energy. I am sort of intrigued by that one. I don't have anything that I would qualify as like ozonic, aquatic, very much of those really. So I'm really interested in that one specifically. There's also Dune, which is supposed to be caramel with a darker, deeper sort of fragrance with some coconut and some woodiness. So we also have an infrared line, Noir and Luxe. Let's talk about Noir. I don't care about Noir, but let's talk about Luxe. It's supposed to be caramel and coconut with some agar wood and some a little bit of saltiness. It's supposed to be very pretty and yummy and gourmand. And so this one is on my radar. It's pretty high up there. Noir is supposed to be like a leathery, spicy kind of fragrance. No, thank you. But the other one sounds good. So a lot of the brands are doing these double drops. We do 2 fragrances at the same time, either complementary or opposing, like with Noir and Luxe Just Know. This next one is Hawa. There's pink and there is red. So pink has a bunch of pink colored notes. So there's peony, there's rose, there's lychee, among other things. But you get the vibe, this sort of floral, sort of tropical, fresher, lighter kind of fragrance. And red is really focused around lily and supposed to be like this white floral with a whole bunch of raspberry, strawberry, patchouli, grapefruit, vanilla, all of the things to make this feel just a little bit heavier, a little bit yummier, and a little bit sharper. So Naya hasn't put out a ton of new fragrances. There are 3 main ones that I think are worth a second look. The first one is Chouk, which is supposed to give us a lactonic white floral fragrance with some vanilla and some tonka. It has a heavy dose of milk in it. So if you're looking for a lactonic fragrance, Chouk might be one way to go. So on one is apple. It is tuberose. It's caramel. It's supposed to be really, really lovely. Sweeter take on a fragrance and a lot heavier than the last one. So if you're looking for a white floral with gourmand undertones, then this might be a beautiful way to go. One that is trending the most though from Al Watnaya is maybe Sabah Al Ward. I think that's the name of it. I'll put the photo up, which is supposed to be a cacao fragrance. So it has those chocolatey notes with some vanilla, some pink pepper, some floral notes. So it's supposed to be really complex, layered, and has some darkening elements like that cacao that is supposed to make it feel a little bit different. People have been saying rave things about this one. I'm a little bit afraid of the cacao note because it can go left on my skin really, really easily, but I have my good eye on it, and for the right price, I think it's worth checking out. So those are almost all of the new releases from these Arabian fragrance houses that would appeal to someone like me who is not looking for oudi or warm, spicy or masculine or any of those things. And these all look fantastic. The problem is, y'all, they know we are weak for these Arabian fragrances and everybody's dropping too many. We can't keep up, y'all. We can't buy everything. It's not the old days where we had like a few options. Now we have too many options. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, put it on the comment section if you want me to check out anybody specifically. In my head right now, I'm thinking, where is Versace? Did they not have new release? Did I miss Versace? What happened? Because I love me some Versace. If I missed them, I will follow up with a new video covering the brands like Ardal. Doesn't Ardal Zafran have any new drop? Anyway, I am clearly now realizing there are brands that maybe I did not cover in this video that maybe need to be covered. Did I check them and there were no new drops, or did I just miss the drops altogether? Either way, there may be a follow-up to this video if I missed some shit, because y'all deserve to know, and I do as well. So I'll be coming to you with more tea if there's more tea to spill. Thank you for watching this video, checking me out. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed my company, don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you've already subscribed, why are you so amazing and I love you? Thank you. Again, I'm Jeanique, weak for these Arabian fragrances, and I will track down the deals like my life depends on it and bring y'all the tea every single time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. I had your back, but you just proved me wrong. You proved me wrong. You proved it. Then everything unfolded.